Our group book report is on the story of Beowulf, an epic poem written in Old English sometime between the 8th and 11th centuries. It tells the story of a great hero, Beowulf, and his struggles to overcome terrible monsters that preyed upon his people.
Much more than a simple adventure tale, Beowulf represents to many the height of Anglo-Saxon literature, and is also deemed a national epic of England.
The book itself, for a three-person presentation, is best structured in terms of the battles that take place. Katie will discuss the battle with Grendel, Robert the battle with Grendel's mother, and I will end and summarize with a discussion of Beowulf's deadly final battle with a dragon.
The story begins in the Great Hall of Heorot, built by King Roeger, which comes under attack by a fierce and monstrous troll called Grendel. Grendel attacks the hall and kills and devours many of Roeger's warriors while they sleep. Roeger is forced to abandon Heorot, but Beowulf comes to his aid. Beowulf, a young warrior from Geatland, hears of Roeger's troubles and with his king's permission leaves his homeland to help Roeger. Beowulf and his men spend the night in Heorot. After they fall asleep, Grendel enters the hall and attacks, devouring one of Beowulf's men. Beowulf bears no weapon because he deems it an unfair advantage, and feigns sleep until leaping up to clench Grendel's hand. The two battle around Heorot. Beowulf's retainers rush to his aid, but their swords cannot pierce Grendel's skin as he is immune to human weapons. Finally, Beowulf tears Grendel's arm from his body and Grendel runs away to his home in the marshes.
The next night, after celebrating Grendel's death, Roeger and his men sleep in Heorot. Grendel's mother appears and attacks the hall. She kills Roeger's most trusted warrior in revenge for Grendel's death. Roeger, Beowulf, and their men track Grendel's mother to her lair under a lake. Beowulf prepares himself for battle. He is presented with a sword by a warrior who had doubted him and wishes to make amends. After stipulating a number of conditions to Roeger in case of his death, including the taking in of his kinsman, Beowulf dives into the lake. He is detected and attacked by Grendel's mother. However, she is unable to harm Beowulf through his armor and drags him to the bottom of the lake. In a cavern containing Grendel's body and the remains of men that the two have killed, Grendel's mother and Beowulf engage in fierce combat. At first, Grendel's mother appears to prevail. Beowulf, finding that his sword cannot harm his foe, discards it in fury. Beowulf is again saved from his opponent's attack by his armor and, grasping a mighty sword from Grendel's mother's armory, Beowulf beheads her. Travelling further into the lair, Beowulf discovers Grendel's corpse and severs its head. Beowulf then returns to the surface and to his men at the 9th hour. He returns to Roeger, where Roeger gives Beowulf many gifts, including his family's heirloom sword.
It is at this point in the story that the really tragic nature of the tale is finally revealed. Admitting he himself sired Grendel with Grendel's mother, Roeger flings himself out of a castle window and to his death. You see, Beowulf has also hidden the truth from everyone. When he finally encountered Grendel's mum, he didn't actually kill her. She appeared to him as a total babe, with parts of her body covered with gold and this really sexy tail. Confronted by a haughty troll MILF, Beowulf was totally seduced by her and she just melted his sword. In more ways than one. So Beowulf became king in Roeger's stead, but he had also managed to knock up Grendel's mom. Except this time, she gave birth to a dragon. Realizing what a douchey thing he had done, Beowulf went out and killed his son the dragon. But he himself died in the process. It's a sad, moving and fitting end to the tale of a hero who was fatally flawed. But seriously, would you turn down Angelina Jolie if she came onto you and promised to make you king? I think not, sir.
You didn't even read the Wikipedia entry, did you?
You're retarded, aren't you? For pulling down my GPI, I'm going to Grendel you and beat you to death with your arm after school.